What's going on YouTube? Mike here with Heart Knives, and in this video I'm going to be doing a mail call. I don't know if you'll be able to see the name, but this comes from Tom Hosang, and I'm sure anyone on Instagram already knows what this is. So we're going to do a first impressions. And this is a pretty exciting day for me. This has been like a bucket list knife since I started knife collecting. This has kind of been like my grail knife. I wasn't sure if I'd ever spend the money on it, but I figured when I saw it up for sale, I'd give it a shot. And Tom kind of wasn't sure if he wanted to get rid of it. He took the listing down, so I messaged him and said, hey, hit me up if you decide to change your mind. About a week or so later, he messaged me and decided that he was going to be selling it. I ended up picking it up. I thought it was a fair price. This is it. So, hope you enjoy the Inkosi Tom. If you're not aware of this channel, Tom Hosang Outdoors, go check him out. Pause the video, go subscribe to him, and come back and watch for the unveiling of the Large Inkosi and my first impressions. Tom's a cool dude. He's doing good shit for the community, for the knife community. So make sure you go check his channel out. Let's get into it. Here's the info card for the Large Inkosi. This one happens to be an Insingo blade, and it's dated March 20th, 2019. If you get a Large Inkosi or a Chris Reeve knife, this is how it comes. They give you like grease, and I believe they give you thread locker too. Yeah, Loctite. And they give you like the Allen wrenches for the pivot and stuff like that. Let me go ahead and move the camera so you guys can see the rest of the unboxing while I do it now. This happens to be the plain Inkosi. I was gonna get the one with like the micarta insert or inlays, or I wanted one with inlays because I thought it would beef the handle up a little bit, but going back and forth with it, I decided that plain was going to be just fine. Inlays would be cool, but I don't think it's really necessary. And we'll see how I like it. This might not be, the end of the road for a Chris Reeve knife for me. This is a little Velcro patch they give you from Knife Art. And then you get fluorinated grease and Loctite. And this is, I believe this is red Loctite. Or, oh no, it's purple. So I think it's a little bit stronger than blue, but not quite as strong as red. I think that's how it goes. I'm sure somebody will tell me if I'm wrong on that. This is the Chris Reeve towel. I guess that's how they send it. They wrap it in it. And this is the Large Inkosi. Right off the bat, it's heavier than I thought. Wow, really nice stonewash polish on the blade. Reflective, very smooth to the touch. Tom put an edge on this very recently, like I want to say just a few days before I picked it up from him. I'm not sure what he uses for a sharpener. I don't know if it's a Wicked Edge or if it's KME or Edge Pro, but I think it's a system either way. He also asked me if I wanted him to leave the lanyard and the bead, or if I would use it, and I said yeah, for him to just leave it on and I would decide. And never been a huge fan of lanyards, but for this knife I might end up keeping it. We'll see what happens. Action is really nice. It's smooth. It's not, it just feels like really tight. I don't know how else to explain it, but I can understand now when people talk about like the tolerance of the knife, how it feels like it's put together really well. Like even the Microtech, which has, it has a really nice feel to it as well, but it has like a looser feeling to it, and like a faster opening and close. The Chris Reeve Inkosi almost feels a lot different. It's stiffer. I don't know how to explain it, but I really like it. The crowning on this blade is beautiful. It's like flawless. The jimping, I like this jimping. It's a little sharp, but not overly sharp. I was afraid that this was going to feel small in my hand, but the way that the clip is set and the way that the finger grooves are in here, it's more comfortable. And I like that they put this like double finger notch. So like your pointer finger, where it sits, there's 2 notches here. And the way that my finger sits, it takes up both, but ergonomically it feels great. So things that stand out right away, the weight feels definitely heavier than I thought, especially like when it's closed. When it's open, the weight feels really nice. The centering of the weight is a little bit back. It's like where your pointer finger closes, that's where the center of the weight is. So right here is about where the center is. And I believe the lock on this has, I think it has the ball bearing. So there's a ball bearing pressed into the titanium, and that's what interfaces with the actual, tang of the blade where it locks up. Just really, really nicely done. The chamfering on it is really nice. There's absolutely no sharp spots to it at all. Even the pocket clip is very smooth. The retention is good. It's actually not as tight as I thought. I thought it would feel tighter than it does, but it's not too bad. There's maybe just a hint of side-to-side play, but Tom and I talked, and he said that he had the pivot fairly loose. So he said just tighten it up a little bit, and that'll take care of it. He probably compromised the action for a little bit of play. So you throw just a touch of wrist, just kind of move the knife, and it opens it up easily. So this thing is pretty much in perfect shape. There's just a couple scratches on the pocket clip, but the knife handles it, and hardware and everything. There's no like snail trails or anything serious. There's some scratches on the blade, but the stone wash that it has, I think it can hide quite a bit of scratches. There's a few, but nothing serious. That's the good thing about stone wash, is you can hide a lot. I really like the ergos a lot on this knife. The other thing I love about this blade is the chamfering at the tip here. The way that the front swoops down and he puts a chamfer here. I really, really like that. And the centering, everything, the grind of the blade, everything is like perfect on this thing. And Tom, you did a really nice job sharpening this. Keeping the bevel height the same the whole way. You did a really good job. So kudos to you on sharpening. I'm kind of speechless. I'm really impressed by this knife. The only other knife I feel like that gave me this kind of satisfaction right off the bat was this guy right here, the Microtech SOCOM Elite. I feel like these two knives are kind of in a class of their own. And just real quick, this doesn't have anything to do with the Chris Reeve knife, but I cleaned this SOCOM Elite the other day because it had a lot of pocket lint and stuff. And this knife is really, really well made, really well built. Everything was easy about taking it apart and putting it back together. There was a lot of screws, and there's 3 different screw sizes. There was T6, T10, and T20, but the pivot is fucking massive on this thing. This is definitely my knife of the year so far. We'll see what the Inkosi does, but I mean, I love this SOCOM Elite. This was the best money I've spent on a knife, bar none. And we'll see what, how the Large Inkosi goes, but I can definitely see falling in love with this knife too. I know the money spent on this knife is a lot, but the warranty alone, what you get, is worth it in my opinion. To know that you can send it back if you have any issues, and for a little bit of money you can replace the blade. I just think it's worth it, but I do know it's a lot of money. After getting this knife, I definitely understand that there's just some knife brands that for the money you just can't beat, and Chris Reeve knives has kind of been like a pinnacle. It feels really good to finally have one in hand. This is my first experience with one. I've never even held a Chris Reeve knife. I had John, KME user, offer to send me his Sabenza, but I said, dude, thank you for the offer, but I just can't do it, because if that thing, if something ever happened to it, I couldn't forgive myself. And just a month or 2 later, I have the Inkosi. So make sure you guys go check out Tom Hosang Outdoors. Thank you to all the guys who've helped grow my channel. Outpost 76, Steve, Super Sales Steve, Patty's Potato Peelers. Again, go check out Tom at Tom Hosang Outdoors. Kenny from In the Pocket, and then some thanks to Instagram guys. Mike Likes Knives, KME user. He's always giving me the lowdown on new knives, and awesome dude. A bunch of you guys who've gotten strops off me, like Chase, John, New York John D is his Instagram, Charlie Runyon. Thank you guys for putting posts up about the strops. I really am in this for you guys. I want to bring light to, quality strops and quality leather, and I just got sick of getting screwed myself on strops, so that's why I try my best to give you guys the best quality strops for the least amount of money possible. I might even argue that it's less than what you'd pay for just a cowhide strap is what I'm giving kangaroo and horsehide away for, because it's just, to cover my costs. I just want to help guys out get decent straps, because I know what it's like to pay a lot of money for a shit strap, and I got sick of it. So make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing more videos on this, as I get time with it. And subscribe if you haven't yet. If you're new to the channel, welcome. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Finally got a Chris Reeve Large Inkosi. Thanks for coming along for this video, and I'll see you on the next one.